Hi, I'm Jennifer Bourn, and I'm so glad that you're here. When I first started freelancing and founded my company, Bourn Creative, I was overworked and overwhelmed. I ventured out on my own because I was great at what I do. I love helping others, and I saw an opportunity to create a better life for my growing family. I had an almost 2-year-old. I recently bought a big new house, and I had just found out that I was pregnant with my second child. I didn't want to commute every day to a full-time cubicle job and miss all the firsts and milestones for this new baby. I wanted freedom to spend more time with my friends and family, play with my kids, and pursue my hobbies. Those that I enjoyed, but I had no time for working full time and having babies. But the first few years that I was in business, they weren't at all what I thought. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't struggle to find clients or make money. That wasn't the hard part. I struggled with the opposite problem. I was working too much, and I was working a lot cheaper than I am now. So I had tons of work because I never said no. I had a mortgage to pay, and if I said no and I wasn't working, then I wasn't getting paid. If you're freelancing, then you know what I'm talking about. I was flying by the seat of my pants. I was pulling 16 to 18-hour days, 7 days a week. I didn't have time for family. I didn't have time to play with my kids. I never took a day off, so we didn't do any travel, and I basically quit all my hobbies. Now, doing the actual work wasn't hard, but managing the work and running my business was hard. My to-do list had me feeling like I was drowning in quicksand, and the more I tried to claw my way out of it, I felt like I kept getting pulled in deeper and deeper. Honestly, I felt like I could never get ahead of things. But luckily today, things will look a lot different in my business. I took action and made some big changes that completely transformed my business and my life. I went from working a roughly 120-hour work week to now working roughly a 30-hour work week. I used to take no vacation and now take over 8 weeks of vacation a year. And that doesn't even include weekend trips. And I went from watching my kids play while I was feverishly working to now being fully present playing with my kids and dropping my hobbies to now starting new hobbies that I love. And I went from spending to little to no quality one-on-one time with my husband to now doing date nights at least once a week and sometimes even twice a week. In fact, today, we leave for a 3-week road trip. We're going to 6 Dead & Company concerts, hiking Castle Crags, visiting Dinosaur National Monument, exploring Rocky Mountain National Park, and wandering through Garden of the Gods and doing a lot more other fun things. For all those years that I used to work, for all that stress and all the lack of sleep that I was going through, I was living to work. But today I am finally working to live. And that required a big change. I basically hit my breaking point and was on the brink of a total and complete meltdown. And I realized that I couldn't do everything by myself. I needed help. Everyone was telling me to delegate tasks, hire a team, and get a virtual assistant. But how was I supposed to hire and afford an administrative person? I had no idea how that was going to happen. Where was I going to find the extra funds or money to hire people? And did I even want to do that? Because it didn't sound like fun and it didn't sound like less work. Because how was I going to find time to train them or manage them? And what would I even really have them do? Because I wasn't 100% sure. It was a challenge. All of my struggles basically came from one problem. I had no documented processes and systems in my business, which meant I had nothing to clearly delegate to someone else or automate, right? You can't automate and delegate things if you don't have a system or process in place to actually do so. Now, I knew I needed systems to better run my business and manage my clients, but I didn't know where to start, and I didn't know what to include or really how to do that. And then just at the right time, I saw an ad for some software that had a headline that said, "Replace an employee." And I thought, oh my God, I could do that. that single ad changed the trajectory of my entire business. It inspired me to skip hiring someone like everybody else said I should do, and instead figure out how to leverage software to automate tasks that were sucking up all my time and to manage client communication and client education for me. Software that wasn't going to get sick or get lazy or not get things done. And it was transformative, right? Documenting my processes, creating my systems, and automating as much of it as possible, and then testing it with a focus group and beta clients took me an entire year. It actually took a little bit longer than a year. Then, as I implemented and used the system in my business with actual real world clients, I continued to tweak it over and over and over based on their real feedback. And every year since, I've continued to update and tweak that content to make sure it's still relevant and appropriate as my processes have grown and evolved and changed, and technology has grown, evolved, and changed. Implementing this system reduced administrative time on client projects by 50%. 50% less time. That was incredible. The client management system allowed me to finally live the life that I dreamed of when I started my business. And I couldn't even believe it. Then I started going to events. And I'm at WordCamps and I'm at business events and entrepreneurial events. And we're talking about how we do business and how we manage things and how we manage clients. And every time I started talking about the system that I created and how I was running things, I was getting bombarded with questions. And soon I was getting asked to speak at events and share this system with other people. And again, I was getting bombarded with questions, and people were asking, can I buy this? Can I have it? Is it for sale? Like, this is exactly what I need in my business too. And year after year, event after event, I said, no, I wasn't going to just give this to you. No, I wasn't going to share my secret sauce with you. No, I wasn't going to just hand over everything I spent at this point years working my butt off to perfect and create for my own business. And I held fast to that stance for years. But over time, Bourn Creative grew. Our clients shifted up market, and the brand became more widely recognized for high quality work and great service, and referrals have continued to come in. And I think at the same time as my business has gotten to a really great, fantastic place, I also have gotten older. And I think as you get older, you begin to think about your legacy and the impact that you want to make in the world. And eventually things stop being all about you and they shift to being about how you can help others and share what you've learned. And that's exactly where I find myself today. Bourn Creative is doing fantastic. We're on track to have one of our best years ever. And I have systems in place to manage client communication, reduce project management time, create better margins, boost profitability, and to do all of that without stress, without overwhelm, without uncertainty. And this gives me extra time to share the systems that I created with others. When evaluating how I could best help others and how I could make a positive impact in the world, the answer was really obvious to me. It was package up the entire client management system that I had created, that people had been asking me to sell and train them on for years, and to teach it to other agencies and freelance designers and developers to help them move from working to live or living to work into working to live, to help them make that transition from, working all the time to working less, but still maintaining immense profitability so you can enjoy business and enjoy life again. Profitable Project Plan is an online course all about client management. It includes every single email, more than 50 of them, every client guide that I created, and all the behind the scenes secrets of the system that I created for my business and still use, no holds barred. Delivering this course has been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling things I have ever done. Really, it's been a blast, which is why I am so excited to announce that Profitable Project Plan is once again open for enrollment. Now, because this is a live course, enrollment isn't going to be open forever. This means you have a little bit of time to check out the course information, review all the details, and see if it's right for you. Bottom line, if you're interested in adding a system to your business to make more money without working more hours, and you don't want to start from scratch and spend a year creating this system on your own, and you're actually willing to do the work it takes to implement this in your business, then I invite you to check out Profitable Project Plan, and I look forward to sharing my secret sauce and all the materials I've already created with you as part of Profitable Project Plan.